Hey everyone, I'm coming to you from the Chancellorsville battlefield. Specifically, I am standing on the May 2nd part of the battle, which this battle was fought May 1st through the 3rd, 1863. But the May 2nd part that I'm standing on, this was the second day of battle. This is Jackson's flank attack area and also the camp of the 11th Corps. As I said, it's fought May 1st through the 3rd, 1863, and this battle is known as Lee's greatest victory. So how did we get here? Well, we've had the Battle of Fredericksburg in December of 1862. We've had Burnside's Mud March. The Union Army is just decimated. They've a horrible loss at Fredericksburg. Then you add the Mud March into it. They don't have high spirits. Things are going bad for them. Lincoln needs to make a change, and he does so. He relieves Burnside of command of the Union Army, and he will put in command Mr. Joseph Hooker. He's a General Joseph Hooker, and he's also known as Fighting Joe Hooker due to an error in a newspaper, or you can call him, as General Lee called him, Mr. F.J. Hooker. Hooker will be placed in command, and he will bring spirit back to the Army. He will give them corps badges. He will make sure they have fresh food and vegetables, fruit, good stuff to eat. And the Army spirits will pick up. During the time that Hooker takes over and Lee has his Fredericksburg defenses, Lee, since the Battle of Fredericksburg, has been reinforcing those defenses. He's been building them up. Hooker knows this and knows that he is not going to attack Fredericksburg again. That would be a foolhardy plan, as the reinforced breastworks there are just absolutely formidable. Not going to chance having another mass casualty battle and getting kicked out of the Army. Hooker instead decides he's going to go around the Confederate left flank. He'll march away from Fredericksburg, leaving a small force there, a corps of Union infantry. As he marches away, he is going to get the drop on Robert E. Lee. He will actually get on the Confederates' left flank. He'll cross the Rappahannock. An alarm will sound for the Confederates as they now turn and come toward Chancellorsville, toward the Wilderness. This is the plan that Hooker had. Get Lee out of his Fredericksburg earthworks and attack him on open ground. Lee's plan now is to race Hooker here and stop him in the Wilderness. It's thick undergrowth, lots of trees, and if he can do that, the numerical advantage that Hooker has, which is about 40,000 men, will be negated. Lee only has about 57,000 because he has sent the First Corps with James Longstreet down to Suffolk to lay siege to that area to get provisions for the Army. So Lee is vastly outnumbered here. Hooker stops in the Wilderness. His command is bewildered. They're not sure why they're not pressing forward. They're angry about it. They've got the drop on the Confederates. Now, this is his fatal mistake. He has given the Confederates time to come west toward Chancellorsville and catch him in the Wilderness. The first day's fighting will occur east of where we're standing right now. It'll be heavy fighting, casualties galore. And in the end, there's like 150,000 troops fighting in this battle, and a lot of casualties over these next 3 days. It's basically a stalemate on the first day. A little bit of pushing back and forth as reinforcements begin to show up. And Lee will send Jackson the next day after consultation with Jeb Stuart on a flank march, and they will come through here on May 2nd and attack the Union 11th Corps, who is encamped here. They're not entrenched, and they are absolutely destroyed. Jackson, however, once he pushes his forces through, it's evening time. During the night, he will go on doing a reconnaissance and will get shot by his own men as they mistake him for Yankee cavalry. The next day, Jeb Stuart takes over Stonewall Jackson's troops, and heavy fighting occurs. Hooker decides to retreat and goes back across the Rappahannock River. The biggest note here is that Jackson is shot. Lee has split his force up tremendously. He's got Longstreet and Suffolk. He splits the army in front of an overwhelming foe and sends 30,000 troops on a flank march that hits right here. Brilliant strategy. However, a mistake by Confederate soldiers as they end up shooting their commanding general, and that possibly could have changed. It definitely changes the command structure in the Confederate Army. If you get a chance to come out here to Chancellorsville, definitely do so. It's a really cool battlefield. We're right just past the anniversary of it, and you've also got Fredericksburg, the Wilderness, Spotsylvania Courthouse, Todd's Tavern, and Salem Church to see as well. Of note, after this battle, there's no time for celebration. The Confederates will race back toward Fredericksburg and fight a small, sharp battle at Salem Church as the Union Corps that was there has crossed at Fredericksburg. So get out here and see some history.